iron in the soul.
What's up, YouTube? This is Iron in the Soul. Back today with another very important message. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, let's get it out there in the algorithm, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my content. In addition to that, please feel free to follow me over on Instagram, where I do reels and inspirational talks as well, at The King Jabez, as well as my website, theironandsoul.com, where you can book a consultation or order my book. It will be greatly appreciated. Well, men, as I always say, let's do some work. I got some work for you tonight. This will be a good, hopefully upload it tonight on Saturday. If not, it'll be uploaded tomorrow, either today or tomorrow. Either way, it'll be a good weekend message for you. This message is entitled, Seed Retention Helps You Break Curses. I repeat, seed retention helps you break curses. You guys know I have a background in theology, the Bible, spiritual warfare, and understanding the nature of various curses. There's more than one, by the way, and we'll get into some of that today. By the way, curses are mentioned over 200 times in the scriptures. So I don't plan on going through all 200 of those verses, of course, tonight in one video. This is a multifaceted message. So perhaps I may have to revisit this and really break it down over various topics. So I believe a lot of you men are interested in this. You know, in fact, I'm going to speak for you. That's one of the reasons why you are even practicing retention. Why? It's because you want to break curses of your life. You may not have articulated it that way. You may never have said that, but that is essentially what you're trying to do. There are a number of curses that this practice will help you. Now, notice I didn't say it will break every curse. Notice I didn't say that. You can use my words carefully. I said that retention will help, keyword, will assist you in breaking some curses, such as the curse of poverty, consistently having financial problems, the curse of the vagabond. Giving you just a few examples. When you're always isolated and can't really build good connections or true connections. We can talk about the curse of Jezebel. You know, when you're consistently linking with bad women, that could be another curse. You know, it could be family curses from your grandfather, your grandmother, mama, daddy. You know what I mean? It could be a curse because, you know, someone in your family was involved in the occult. Someone in your family was a Mason or an Eastern Star. And so there are so many ways that an individual can be under a curse. Now, let me teach this properly. To be under a curse doesn't mean that you are a cursed person. You follow? There is a big difference. For example, the scripture says that Jezebel was a cursed woman. That's different. There were people who were under a curse versus those who are actually just a cursed person. So what am I saying? It's very possible to be a righteous man, a righteous woman, and still be fighting curses. You want an example of that? Glad you asked me. King David himself. King David, if you study his life carefully, by the way, he had to break that curse of poverty and the vagabond spirit, where he was being chased and he was isolated for a period of time. And he struggled financially for about 10 years. And through his wars and fighting and fasting and worship and warfare and music and all that he did, he was able to break that curse and become the king. So prior to becoming a king at 30, he had to break curses for 10 years. Let me talk to you. This big iron on deck. You know what time it is out here. We're going to war today. You hear me? Everybody want to be King David, you understand? But do we all want to do what David did? David had to fight. Let me talk to you now. A long war. He had to fight for his blessings. And some of you guys listen to me right now. Listen to me, sir. You will have to fight for your blessings. I know you believe in God. I know you're a nice guy. I know you mean well, but guess what? Demons and Lucifer don't care. What your ancestors did, don't care. And so, like me, you will have to break some curses. You say, Iron, have you had to do this? Of course I have. Of course I have. Yes. I've been fighting devils my whole life. You hear me? Hence the name Iron in the Soul. You understand? So this is real to me. So I'm telling you, man, some of you guys, you're going to have to fight for the next 1 to 5 years. I know some of you don't want to hear that. And that doesn't mean you're going to be broke for 5 years, but it means you're going to have to progressively gain your territory like a warrior, right? Alexander the Great didn't gain the whole world overnight, did he? Correct? he had to be progressive and gain more and more territory as he did what? Fought battles, traveled, networked, got men around him, and he built his empire. So you and I have to, over time, just like King David, fight battles, struggle, stand 10 toes down for a while, for a long time, in order to really break free and experience true breakthrough. So let's talk about it. There are people right now buying books online in bookstores on how to curse people. Did you know that? There are people online right now. You see them right now. If you got Instagram, if you got TikTok or any social media app, there are people online who have whole accounts, whole followings, whole link trees, doing what? Selling what, guys? Spells and curses. Hello? So clearly, it's not game to them. You got whole witches and warlocks online selling stuff to people to bring these, love spells and whatnot, and sexual spells, and all type of witchcraft and demonic energy into the lives of unaware people. So whether you believe this or not, it don't matter. This is real. So in addition to that, this is something you may find interesting. Did you know that God was the first one to pronounce a curse? You didn't know that, did you? Some of you did, some of you didn't. Yes, the Most High himself was the first one to pronounce a curse. You say, what are you talking about? I'm glad you asked me. He pronounced a curse upon the earth. Remember? When Adam and Eve sinned, when Eve sinned first, it was really Adam because the command was given to Adam. So if you read the scriptures, the curse did not come until Adam ate from a tree. You remember that? When Eve ate, their eyes were still closed. But when Adam ate from the tree, their eyes were open. In other words, they were conscious of their behavior at that moment in their nakedness. So, because of the sin of Adam, the first man, this brought 3 curses into the earth right away, right? A curse upon the earth, Eve's fertility, and upon the serpent, right? So the serpent has a crawling stomach even to this day. That's why snakes don't have legs, okay? So the serpent was cursed. Eve was cursed with pain and fertility. So women have much pain in birthing children. So I'm going to assume before this curse, it would not have been as painful. That's my assumption, because we don't know that, because of course, there was no children before the curse, right? It was just Adam and Eve. But I'm assuming that had Eve not done that, the birthing of children would not have been as difficult for women. I have 3 children, and I've been there to witness 2 of their births, not all 3, unfortunately, but 2 of their births. And guess what? My wife was in great pain. Great pain. It's a very stressful, difficult process. Of course, it's beautiful when it happens, but it's painful for women. And any of you guys who got a baby mama or a wife or children, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So Eve's fertility, having children, will be painful. The curse upon the earth. In other words, God told Adam it's going to be hard to make some money. Am I talking to you, men? Who knows how to make money right now? How many of you guys right now working, come on now, 8, 10, 12, 15 hours a day to survive? Why? There's a curse upon the earth. And so by the sweat of our brows, right, is what it says in Hebrew scriptures, by the sweat of our brows, by our blood, sweat, and tears, fighting, warring, taking classes, working sometimes 2, 3 jobs, out here getting to it. You hear me? Big on getting to it. I'm going to tell you, big on getting to it. Huh? We out here fighting, warring, to bring wealth to our families. And a part of that is because of the curse. So the first curses came from God because of the actions of people. You follow me? So if we want to understand how curses work, we have to understand that curses first come because we don't listen to God. So if you want to bring a curse to your life, consistently disobey God. Boom, there it is. As they said back in the 90s, whoop, there it is. You want a curse? Keep doing things your own way, sir. Keep dishonoring the Most High. I know you, man. I know you've been tuned out. Say, okay, I ain't coming here all this. I'm going. No, don't run. Come here. Come here, my boy. Don't run. Don't take off. I can hear some of you now. Man, I ain't coming for all this preaching, man. I don't know about this bit. But no. I'm trying to help you. You want me to help you, right? Curses come, sir, when we consistently do things our own way versus God's way. Bottom line. But I'm going to leave it alone before I lose my whole audience on this one. Curses can come from evil spirits. I want you to understand this. They can come from evil spirits, from the spirit of a man or woman, or of course they can come from God. An example of a curse coming from a man is when Goliath cursed Israel in ancient Israel. When the Hebrews were fighting the Philistines, Goliath pronounced a curse upon the nation of Israel, according to 1 Samuel 17:43. And that curse, right, intimidated the people of God. So when people curse you, it brings what? Intimidation, fear, and it makes you feel inferior. Let me talk to you. This big iron talking to you. Listen, sir, when a man's cursing you, when a woman's trying to curse you through their words, through their gossip, through their slander, through their comparisons and trying to belittle you, they are trying to intimidate you, they are trying to dominate you, and they are trying to manipulate you. That's how people curse others. We call it bullying. But what is bullying? Bullying is essentially cursing somebody, right? Speaking down. We call, talking down on somebody. I'm going to talk to you in street terminology. Tearing somebody down. Treating you like you ain't nothing. You ain't nobody. That's what people do. Try to belittle you, trying to undermine you, right? And that's all designed to make you feel like you're something other than who you are. That is a form of a curse. So, of course, that speaks of what? Word curses. I told you already, curses are multifaceted. And they can come from God, they can come from people, and they can come from demons. Let me say that again. I want you to understand this. I'm teaching this. They can come from God, they can come from demons, and they can come from people. And sometimes the curses from people come through word spells. That's why you got to be careful what you listen to, by the way. Because this stuff can program your mind to be thinking crazy. And we have a lot of men right now whose minds are messed up based on what they're watching on their phones. Let me talk to you. I got your attention now. Some of you guys right now, I know you don't like this. I don't care. I ain't scared of you. I know you don't like this. Some of you guys right now, your mind is messed up, my brother. Your mind is messed up. Right? As Brother Malcolm X would say, this brother is hungry. Hungry for knowledge. Hungry for insight. Come on now. Searching. And you searching all that bad stuff on your phone. And then I'm not judging you. I want you to think about yourself, brother. It's messing your mind up. And you to a place now where sometimes you even shock yourself. Am I telling the truth? This is what happens when we open ourselves up to any type of media. And I like what Nuri Muhammad says about the media. You ready for this one? Nuri Muhammad from the Nation of Islam. By the way, I'm not a Muslim, I'm a Christian. But I like some of their talks. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie about nothing I do. I'm a grown man. Nuri Muhammad says the media stands for most effective devil in America. You dig? Huh? The most effective devil in America. And that is so true. That media is a devil. Through media, you can get all type of sexual soul ties, mind messed up. The media will have you angry. The media will have you hating people. The media will have you full of rage and pride and prejudice and confusion and a spirit of violence. The media can mess you up. So some of you guys are feeding yourselves poison every day through the media you allow yourself to listen to and watch every day. So you have to be watchful over what you watch. You guys know my teaching. What have I said? We have gates to our spirit, soul, and body. Right? We have gates to our spirit, soul, and body. What are those gates? You guys know already. You should know. You've been following me for 3 years. Some of you guys, you know what it is. You already know this. You have your eye gates, you have your ear gates, and your mouth gate. Those are all gates to your true soul, innermost being. Right? And when you open up your eye gates to just anything, what goes through the eyes will eventually penetrate the heart and the spirit. And it will begin to transform how you think. And before you know it, you'll be acting so off. And you'll be wondering, man, what happened to me? How did I get like this? Media. Music, movies, social media, that stuff is powerful. It's all designed to program people to have bots. Why do you think we call certain people bots? It's not trying to be funny. It's the truth. You're like a demonic robot that just does what you've been programmed to say and to do and think. And it's unfortunate. So to break that, you want to enter into blessings. Let me talk about 3 blessings real quick. These are the blessings you get when you're on seed retention. Fruitfulness, multiplying in dominion. When you are on retention, you will begin to break those curses, and it will make you what? Fruitful, You will multiply and you will have dominion. Let's talk about the first one, fruitfulness. When you are fruitful, this is essentially manifest in a joyful expression of your true nature. In other words, when you are on retention, you can be yourself sometimes for the first time in your young manhood, right? You were true to your true self. You feel that your work is worthwhile. You're more creative. You feel that you are significant and that you matter, that you're just not just a nobody and a mess up, right? When you're doing bad stuff, it has you feeling like you're a nobody. But when you come out of that low vibration and you raise yourself up, to a higher consciousness, to a stronger person, now you can be fruitful, right? You can multiply. Multiply means to, of course, to increase in what? Productivity. This is why productivity videos are so popular on YouTube. Why? Young men want to produce. That's natural. We were made as men to produce, to make something, to build, whether that be a business, a family, a home, a bank account, a social media presence, your body, music, a catalog. You get my point. We were made to build something. And when you are multiplying and you are fruitful, in other words, you're expressing yourself, being creative, you have significance, you are increasing in your productivity, that's the opposite of a curse. Because a curse brings what? Frustration. The exact opposite. Instead of fruitfulness, barrenness. Imagine having a field with no fruit. Imagine having a whole farm and you ain't got nothing over there. No corn, no chickens, no eggs, no nothing. Right? And you see your neighbor who has a farm and he got cows, he got eggs, he got apples, oranges, all types of greens, house full of good smelling, freshly cooked food. What's going to happen when you see that? If you ain't got nothing, you're jealous. So when you're not retaining your seed, when you're not breaking curses, this will naturally lead to you to become jealous of someone who is making it. Let me talk to you. See, many of you right now, I know you're mad at me now. Some of you guys have become online assassins. That's right, online assassins. It's like your whole life is based on, you spend much of your day each day just online talking about people who you really don't know and criticizing and finding fault. And the reason you have such a stronghold to jealousy, gossip, malice, and strife is because of your frustration, brother, for your lack of productivity. So because you're not producing and experiencing the fruitfulness that you want, you've turned into a hater. So now you're always trying to undermine the accomplishments of another man, his work, and whatever they got going on. And that's something you should avoid. Multiply means that you are increasing in productivity, in authority. This speaks of dignity, headship, your ability to elevate, right? Isn't that one of Drake's popular songs, Elevate? You want to grow. You want to go forward in life and to prosper. You see, what curses does, curses brings humiliation into your life. When you're consistently experiencing humiliation, that, brother, may be a very clear sign of a curse. And that's something you need to look out for. And there are sometimes emotional curses that can create deep confusion and sometimes your inability to think straight. That can be a sign of an emotional curse. Then, of course, you have the sexual sin that brings curses. When you're chasing, sexual immorality, adultery, going to websites you should not be going to, losing your seed. So when you make a decision to get on retention, this can help you to begin to break the curse of the vagabond, to begin to break the curse of Jezebel, to begin to break the curse of poverty. And you begin to build connections, get around the right women, build resources and money for yourself, or obtain those resources and money. And that over time, over the course of 1 to 5 years, will help you, sir, to begin to break the curses that the enemy wants to bring to your life. This is your brother, Iron the Soul. Thanks for listening to this video. God bless. Peace.